Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the interior lighting and exterior lighting of this 2021 Hyundai Palisade Limited. Mostly everything in this trim is LED, but there's few places where there is halogen. But let me go ahead and show you all the lights in this 2020 Hyundai Palisade Limited. So the weather started to get colder, and honestly guys, as you see, it's dark already. It's only 7:30 and the sun is completely gone. But anyways guys, coming to the front right here, I love the headlight design. Here is the daytime running light, and I love the fact that the daytime running light starts right here. There is, hold on, let me go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. There is two sections or that split design headlight that Hyundai uses a lot. The top portion is going to be the daytime running light with some turn signals, and here is a side marker. And in the bottom they're going to be the high and low beam, and then the continuation of that daytime running light. And that daytime running light looks honestly very sharp on the Palisade, and it just gives it a really nice look. So let me go ahead and turn on the turn signals and show you how they look. Alright, so here are the turn signals, and the turn signals are LED. And they look very nice, and I just love the way how this Palisade looks. And you'll find some LED turn signal indicators on the mirror. But let me go ahead and turn on the low beam and then the high beam, and then show you how basically the lights look on this wall. But let's go ahead and turn on the low beam and high beam and show you how they look. So I just turned on the low beam, and the low beam is located in a housing tube. It's basically located right here up top, and the low beam is right underneath it, and both of them are located in the tube housing or projector tube. And as I said, mostly everything is LED. Here is the lights. Basically that's the low beam, and that's the high beam. And as I said, it's right underneath it. Love the design of the headlights on the Palisade. And here is a front shot on how the lights look. Very aggressive at night, and you could tell that this is a Palisade coming at you at night because of the headlight designs. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll go ahead and show you the back of this Palisade. So before moving to the back, I just want to show you how the tail lights, the headlights, and the turn signal indicators on the mirrors look. The headlights are very visible, and you could see them from the side of the SUV. Here is the turn signal indicator, super easy to see, and I love the design on it. And here is the tail lights. The tail lights are not as visible as the headlights, but you could still see a little bit of them, and there is a small side markers right there. I'll go ahead and show you that right now, but basically there's a good amount of lighting right here on the side. Coming to the back of the Palisade, here are the tail lights. Very nice design. The turn signal indicators are LED, and here is an LED strip, light strip. And as I said, there is a side marker right here on the side. And some companies actually have side markers that are very strong and very bright, but right here in this Palisade, the side marker is just perfect, just like the same brightness as the tail lights. Here is a back shot on how it looks. Very nice and sharp, and I love the LED strip. And something that I really don't like is the fact that the license plate is halogen. It's not LED. For a limited trim, which is the highest trim in the Palisade, I wish that was LED. Let's go ahead and open the trunk. And the tailgate has the automatic lift tailgate. Right on the tailgate, there's going to be a tailgate button that is nice and backlit, very easy to see at night. And coming inside, it's gonna be a little bit not fair because this parking lot is well lit, and there's a good amount of lights. But inside this Palisade, it's actually not that bad. There's going to be one light right here. It's nice LED. It's nice and LED, but I wish it was located a little bit inside for the third row, So there is more lights for the third row seatings. All the way to the left, there are going to be some seat controls and a USB, and the same thing for the other side. And for those seat controls, there's actually no lights on them, which I think they should have added some backlit lights behind those buttons. Well, let's go ahead and move inside this SUV, and I'll go ahead and show you the rest of this Palisade Limited. So before going inside, I just want to show you the lights. Right now I have the daytime running lights turned on. Here is the low beam, and the low beam is nice and it cuts right there, as you guys see, so it's not too high and it doesn't blind the people that coming towards you. And here is the high beam. Low beam, daytime running light. For the driver door, there are going to be, of course, some buttons, and the buttons are nice and backlit. And I love the blue color that Hyundai is using. And here are the memory seats. And other than that, basically those are the backlit buttons right there. There's nothing down here. And there is a reflector right there. This is not a light. I wish it was, especially on this limited trim. But let's go ahead and move inside this Palisade, and I'll go ahead and show you the interior of it. All right, so coming inside this Palisade, looks very, very nice in here. Everything's nice and backlit, and the seating position is very nice, and you could see very good out of this Palisade. And then of course you will have the heads-up display right there. It's very clear, and I love the way how it looks and the clarity of it. It just looks very high quality. Coming to the gauges look phenomenal, and they just have a really nice look to them. The whole thing is LCD, and of course everything is backlit. Coming down here, you will have a few buttons. Of course, the brightness controls. So let's go ahead and raise the brightness control. This is the max. It's really hard to see on the camera, but the brightness is actually pretty bright. And if you guys see, it will show basically the brightness right there. And I like the fact that the circle itself gets big, as you guys see. Probably I would keep it around 15. That's a really good brightness right there. And down here is going to be the blind spot. Here is the lane keep assist, and traction control, trunk release, and electronic e-brake. And on the steering wheel, there are going to be a few buttons. You will have the Bluetooth controls and a few more buttons. And all the way to the right, they're going to be, of course, the cruise control. This is the adaptive cruise control. This Limited comes with all the safety tech. And here is a button to change the middle screen. It's basically a whole screen, but the center section of the screen changes. Coming to the screen itself, it's a 10.25-inch screen. Looks phenomenal and very high quality and super responsive. And I just love the fact that Hyundai system is very nice and responsive, and it's like using your smartphone. Coming down here is going to be, of course, some hard buttons. Here is the volume button. It's nice and backlit. And there's going to be a tune button all the way to the other side. And here is the engine start stop. Climate control is down here, and everything is just backlit. Here is the shifter, and here is the mode selector right here. And when you change it, the gauges change. And here is the sport mode, and it just gives you that really nice red theme. Here is going to be one USB, and this Palisade actually has a wireless charger. And for the armrest, inside the middle console, they're going to be one USB and one 12 volt. I'll go ahead and show you that when I turn on the lights. And for the mirror, it's going to have the garage controls, but they are not backlit, and it does have the basically light to tell you that if it's on automatic mode or not. Up here is going to be few buttons. They're nice and backlit. The SOS, blue link, and I'm not exactly sure what is this for. The light controls, the buttons up top here, they're not backlit. I really wish they were. And even the sunroof control is not backlit. I really wish they were. There is a button to turn on basically all the lights in this Palisade. And honestly, those LEDs are very, very bright. So here is a quick look of the interior. I do have my flash on, and I do have the lights up top turned on. As I told you guys, everything is nice and backlit except those buttons right there. I really wish they were backlit, especially at night. If you're trying to turn on the lights, you're not going to be able to see where is the light button. Here is the USB, and here is the wireless charger. Two cup holders are right here, and I really like the cup holders. You could tuck them away just like this, and you could open them if you want to use them by clicking that button right there. Inside they're going to be, of course, the USB and the 12 volt, as I just said. Before we actually move to the back, I forgot to show you the ambient lighting. And you could actually, of course, change the lights. Here is a closer look. Very nice and subtle, and of course you could adjust the brightness. And something that I want to show you is you could play some nice relaxing music. So it's something really nice, but for the ambient lighting, you actually have to go through a few menus to be able to go to it. So you have to go to setup, vehicle, and then you have to go to lights, and then ambient lighting. Oops. And then you could actually change the color right here. So let's go ahead and change it to red. And let's go ahead and actually adjust the brightness. It's actually all the way up. Let's go ahead and adjust it. This is basically number 1. It's very hard to see on the camera, but it's actually you could see in person. Here we go. So very hard to see on the camera, but a little bit better to see in person. Let's go ahead and put it to number 5. Love the way how this ambient lighting works, but the menu itself is a little bit on the complicated side. But let's go ahead and move to the back. I'll go ahead and show you the rest of this SUV. All right, so coming to the back door, there's going to be, of course, the window switch, and the window switch is backlit, which is expected, of course, for this limited trim. Inside, there's going to be a very good amount of light right here on the seats, and basically the light is covering every single place in this Palisade. The middle section right here, right there, and basically everywhere. So those two lights are doing a great job making the interior of this Palisade very, very bright. And for the back, as I said, there is only one light, and that light actually turns on when you open the tailgate. But let me go ahead and open the tailgate, and I'll go ahead and show you how the light looks. So the light in the back isn't as strong as those two lights in the middle and the two lights in the front. But as you can see, there's a good amount of light right here. And here is a quick look on how the front of the car looks like. And right here is going to be, of course, the climate controls. And this limited trim has the heated seats, the cold seats, 3 settings for each. And of course, you will have a climate control here in the back. And here is going to be a 12 volt. And here is going to be an AC outlet. Very hard to see, but it's right there. I wish it was backlit, the AC outlet, but it does have a small red light. Two things I don't like about the Palisade: the license plate halogen lights and the light that is located all the way where the third row is by the tailgate. I'm not a big fan of the location of it, and it's not as bright. I wish it was a little bit brighter, especially that back area is very dark at night. The first row and second row, The lights are amazing, and the exterior lighting of this Palisade is phenomenal. So I would like to thank Firas here at Key Hyundai in Milford for providing this 2021 Hyundai Palisade Limited. If you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put their information in the bottom section of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.